All right, first and foremost, I would like to give all the honors, the praises, the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. His name is Yahweh by Sham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Maharakah Kwadash. Tawadi Yahweh by Sham Yahweh Shai for allowing me for another day to be able to minister to the hopeful elect in hopes that they will be saved within these last days, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, I mean the very, 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 very few brothers and sisters listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days, because we are living in the last days of the last days. This lesson is going to be about the Jezebel spirit, right? The spirit of the malignant narcissist, right? And we're going to bring it out and we're going to really go into what this is, right? We're going to bring these scriptures out, you know, because I know people need to hear this. I know a lot of people are dealing with this spirit, but they don't know what it is. We're going to go to John 10 and 10, right? Well, the first thing I will let you know, it's a spirit. The doctors keep saying, yeah, it's some type of mental illness. Yeah, it is. But mental illnesses are demons. Every single mental illness is a demon. So what the narcissist has is a demon, but they don't want you to know that, right? And this is heavily, heavily demonic possession. When you go to Kings, what does it talk about? Right? It talks about Jezebel. We're going to quickly go to this, right? First Kings, right? I'm going to jump straight to, I know I've been into this before, but we got to go into it again, okay? And I think we should jump straight to 2, right? And Jezebel had a plan, and Ahab spake unto Naboth, saying, give me thy vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of hers, because it is near unto my house. I will give thee for it a better vineyard than it, or if it seem good to thee, I will give thee the worth of it in money. And Naboth said to Ahab, the Lord Jehovah forbid me that I should give the inheritance of my fathers unto thee. And Ahab came into his house heavy and displeased because of the word which Naboth the Jezreelite had spoken to him. For he had said, I will not give thee the inheritance of my fathers. And he lay down upon his bed and he turned away his face and he would not eat. So I've brought this up before. This was Ahab. He wanted Naboth's vineyard. So this man was very covetous. You have to identify the signs of this spirit and call it out. You don't be silent, you call it out. You don't need to engage them. You call out this wicked spirit, because that's what it is. And Naboth, he was on his bed complaining about Naboth. He wouldn't give me his vineyard. So this spirit is, Ahab had a victim type spirit. And he was very covetousness. This spirit is very covetousness. This spirit looks in on what you have. This is what this spirit does. It scopes out, it looks, it studies people, it watches people. Check this out. Verse 5, but Jezebel, his wife, came unto him and said unto him, why is thy spirit so sad that thou eatest no bread? And remember, this is a spirit. And he said unto her, because I spake unto Naboth the Jezreelite, and said unto him, give me thy vineyard for money, or else if it please thee, I will give thee another vineyard for it. And he answered, I will not give thee my vineyard. So he's complaining. And this is what this spirit does. This spirit goes behind your back and complains to other people about you. This is what this spirit does. It's conniving. It's wicked. So you have certain people, they may not even know you, but because they have this spirit, they're on the phone to other people discussing you. And this might be someone you don't even know, but they know you because they've been studying you and they've been watching you and they've been monitoring you secretly. This is a spirit. And Jezebel, his wife, said unto him, dost thou not know, governor of Israel? Because he was the king of Israel. Arise, eat bread, let thy heart be merry. I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite. This is where it got bad. Now, Jezebel, he went to her for advice. And now Jezebel, I'm not gonna read the rest of that, but what did Jezebel do? Wrote a letter. Wrote a letter to get Naboth put to death. She wrote a letter. And there was two men to accuse Naboth. So it is a wicked spirit. It's a spirit of setup. It's a spirit of sabotage. It's a spirit of accusation. It's a spirit of victimhood. So now we're going to go to John 10 and 10. Excuse me. I've got a bit of a sore throat, so I think I'll drink some tea. Brothers, sisters, narcissism is a spirit. We talk about the aspects of gang stalking. The main form of that is narcissism. I'm going to say that again. We talk about gang stalking sometimes. The main form of that is narcissism. And we're going to break it down. We got my chalkboard here and we're going to go into it. Lord willing. So I want to go to John 10 and 10. You have to call this spirit out. You have to rebuke it. Because if you don't, it's just going to get worse. John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. So this spirit that's operating, it's a thief. It wants to steal what's inside of you. I've heard people talk about, I was married to a narcissist and my energy felt just depleted. I felt like you were dying. You know, they felt like they were dying. They felt like they were trapped. That's how they felt. Listen, I've heard people say this. They felt like there was an entity messing with them. Yeah, because it is an entity. It is an entity that's attached to the narcissist. We're going to go into it. The narcissist is possessed by spirits. We're going to go into that, Baba Kishore. So the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill. Yes, kill as well. These are very dangerous. I'm talking about a malignant narcissist, covert. These are very dangerous people because they're not in control of their own spirit. They have no self-control. And to destroy. Their whole thing is to destroy completely. I am come that they might have life, that they might have it more abundantly. So Yahweh has come so we may have life and have it abundantly. So the narc doesn't want you to have life abundantly. They want you miserable. They want you where they are. So you have to see these signs. You have to see these signs. And I want to go into Peter's as well. I'm not saying engage it. No, you don't engage it, because what these people do, right? Whether it's good energy or negative energy, they don't care as long as they have an energy source. And when you're bringing out these type of lessons, you have to know what you're talking about. You have to be balanced. Remember, these people are coverts, which at the end of the day, it is spirits. All right, so we're gonna go to these are spirits operating in people. So hold on just a minute. First Peter's 5. And we're going to jump straight to verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant. When you're sober, you're soberly minded. Therefore, you can observe what's going on around you. Right? Be vigilant. You're vigilant. That means you're watchful. Because your adversary, the devil, yet the narcissist, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So the enemy is like a roaring lion. Seeking. You know what that means? He's walking around seeking who he's going to devour. Walking around. And guess who he uses mostly? The narcissist. Why? Because they're open to demons. That's why. Okay. And we're going to go to Ephesians, Baba Kishar. And I know I bring this out every other day because it's one of the most important scriptures. This is Ephesians 10, 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. So you have to, when you see these things, you have to put on the armor. You see these attacks coming? put it on before you get attacked. A lot of us like to put on the armor after the attack, which is fine, but you want to do it straight away. Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, tricks. The narcissists use tricks. What's one of these tricks? Triangulation. Triangulation. So another example, you might have a, we go into that, Baba Fisher. Get the chalkboard out. I don't know if you can see the writing. Hopefully you can. Right, the malignant. Hold on, wait. Bear me just a minute. Let me see if I can find that white chalk instead. Nah, I can't find it. Well, you know what this will do for now. Right. Don't know if you can see the writing. Malignant. So these malignant narcissists, one thing you would try is triangulation. Triangulation. Put that on. Ain't got enough space. Triangulation. Right? The triangulation, this is done, right? Where, all right, this narcissist, remember, he has people around him, but these people, he or she, I say he uses people, right? So the triangulation would work in threes, right? It work in threes, so he would have another group of people that would identify with him that are pretty much the same as him, and they would try to cause a situation to triangulate the so-called victims, which were not victims, but this is their method. Why? Because the devil seeketh who he may devour, so they try to triangulate, trap, right? Try to make you feel like you're all alone when you're not alone. You have people right around you. So this is what the narcissist does. Why? Because they're demon filled. So they try it out. All right. So they will have someone, right, probably on the side of you, the back of you, that's watching you. That's triangulation. But we're going to get into this, Baba Kishore. And what you got to understand, the narcissist is a host. Yes, a host. You know what a host is, right? A host for demons. Yes, a narcissist is a host. Okay. In other words, he's an open portal. His vessel is an open portal for demons. All right. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. So we're going to go back to Ephesians 6 and 12. This is, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So it's not the person's flesh that's doing it. It's the spirit, because they're so deep, they're so demonically possessed, they don't check themselves. They open themselves up to anything. Well, they're going to be unhost. And most of the people that are hosts are those that say, I don't believe in God. I don't worship a man. I don't worship a man. But you're a gang stalker. So there's someone you're worshipping. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, RK, right? And against powers and against rulers of darkness of this world. Hold on right there. So it says principality. So one thing I like, principalities, don't know if you could see this properly. Principalities. Am I spelling this right? Principality. So the principalities are spirits, right, that operate in the spiritual realm, okay, and they possess people, right, and they use hosts. They need a host, right? A demonic spirit, an evil spirit, it needs a host. So guess who that host is? Guess who the host is? Well, someone that's not guarded, someone that's not protected by Yahweh Shai. It's the narcissist. So these people are used, and these spirits, these evil spirits, jump on them. A principality is an evil spirit. And the word for principality is RK. Right? RK. Right? It's a host. So you got to understand what you're dealing with. You have to be able to see it. If you don't see it, then you're just liable for these attacks. Then you're gonna wonder why is it happening? Why? Because some of the people around you are under demonic possession, whether they know it or whether they don't know it. And that's where the evil comes from. And against powers, powers means forces, so they're under a demonic force, and against the rulers of darkness. So the rulers of darkness would be the elites and so forth. And these are the ones that summon, because don't get it twisted, you're teaching this word, they know who you are and they're summoning. Yeah, they can send spirits your way. They summon spirits, right? They summon these spirits. There's this something called assignments. So when you got evil, I know brothers are dealing with it. When you're teaching, you got people coming your way. Bro, why is this guy walking through the door? Like, I don't know him. Why is this person troubling me? I don't know him. Like, bro, that's an entity that's trying to latch. Listen, sometimes it's not always bad. You may have, you have a certain spirit, you got the light, they might want your energy source, but when they're trying to latch onto your spirit, that's when it becomes demonic. It can become demonic obsession. That's why you have to rebuke that Jezebel spirit, right? Latching soul ties, trauma bonding. That's demonic, right? And against spiritual wickedness in high places. This is all happening in high places in the heavens. This is where this is happening. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. That's why you need the armor. But if you don't have the armor, and if you're not praying, what's the armor? Prayer, fasting, reading, studying. The more you're obedient to Yahweh Shai, them spirits can't distract you, mess with you, because they see it. Well, they can mess with you, but a little time, then they're going to have to bugger off. They're going to have to go, because they see that you're in the words. This is how these spirits operate. Yeah, they've lost their heads, man. I've heard a lot of people tell me they were sick because they were around a narcissist, because they carry that spirit. Slakia, excuse me, they carry that spirit. Yeah, there is a sickness. Of course it's a sickness. But there's a demon behind that sickness. And they love to scapegoat. They love to blame shift. We're gonna go into all of this, Baba Kushon. Stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth. So truth is a defense, right, from lies. And having on the breastplate of righteousness, right? Talking rubbish. And the narcissist will try to convince you nobody likes you. Says who? So now you're the mouthpiece of who likes us and who don't. You're the mouthpiece now. Okay. And your feet shod with it. But hold on, this is what I'm saying. Some of these people you don't even know. You've never met them in your life. So where does this come from? Where's the attachment? Where does it come from? This is coming from the spiritual realm. And your feet shod, and yeah, these people will watch you, these people will monitor you, these people will put devices, ain't no saying what they would do. They will put devices around your room. Say if they may have a TP, what do you call it, TP link? They might have a router of a network, and they will share that with someone else to see what you're doing. These are dangerous people, but they're only as dangerous as you make them out to be. You gotta have boundaries as well. Spiritual boundaries, man. These people will torture animals. These people torture animals and people. This is what these people do. And probably children as well. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. So make sure we're guarded with this peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith. What's the shield? This right here. Wherever you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. So this is how we quench the fiery darts of the wicked. This is how we quench it. But if you don't have the armor, if you're not in the word, then how can you quench them fiery darts that are being shot They're being shot at us. This is how you quench it. Doesn't mean it's not going to hit you. It's going to quench them darts that get shot your way. And take their helmet. You should have seen, yes, you should have seen yesterday, man, how they were acting yesterday. Real demonic. Real demonic. It's all a distraction from keeping you growing. Jezebel, what was she known for? She was known for manipulation, high level. She was the queen. Manipulation, high level witchcraft, domination, intimidation. You that's how you know what spirit it is. So you can identify it. Now you know what you're dealing with. And our whole thing is to undermine those with a prophetic, a prophetic type voice. So what you got to do, you got to stand in truth, right? And it's not always in women. I've seen more men, from my experience, I'm seeing more men with that spirit than women. Facts. Facts. Praying always with all prayer. Make sure you're praying. This goes for me as well. Constantly, right? And supplication in the spirit. So make sure you're making supplication. Because they're praying to whatever demon they're praying to. They're doing enchantments. They're little useless enchantments. Okay. And watching them unto with all perseverance and supplication for the saints. So make sure you're praying and making supplication for the saints. Hope this is edifying. Right? So what have we got out of this so far? The malignant narcissist is demonically possessed, as you know. They will use the triangulation method, which they know too. This can only be done if they have two people. So this is usually done in threes, sometimes in fours. And they get together and they will try to triangulate, which is a form of isolation because they're demons, they're predators. And basically they're a host. There's demons orchestrating this. You have to be very, very careful. When you see that, I'm not saying run. Now, you don't run because where are you going to run to? You don't run, but you have to identify what it is. It's a host. These people have become hosts for demonic spirits under what the principalities, which is Jezebel. Jezebel is a principality, right, that seeks domination, control, and manipulation by any means. But once you're in the words, well, they can't do that because you're in the words. That's why you have to know what you're doing, right? Very, very serious stuff here. And what else, Baba Kusha? There's so much when it comes to this lesson. There's so much. So triangulation holds principality. And let's get another scripture. Oh, they seek admiration, right? But you know what? Yeah, let's go into that. Admiration. Admiration. Still, I don't know if you can see these letters. But it doesn't matter. It's about the edification, whether you can see it or not. They seek admiration. So why do they do what they do as well? Because they're attention seekers. I don't know. Maybe when they were younger, they weren't taught the right way. They need attention. They feed on attention. They feed on energy. They need attention. Right? That look at me. Spirit. You better grow up in your mind. So we're gonna go to Romans. Go to Timothy's. Yeah, they need attention, they need validation, and so forth. So we'll go to Timothy's. Baba Kishar. I think it does make it easier. When you know what you're dealing with, it makes it easier. So therefore you can't be beguiled or manipulated. Once you know what's operating, if you don't know, it's going to be very hard to fight it. Yeah, because these are entities. Let's go to 2 Timothy 3. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unfaithful, unholy. So it does say these things are going to come. Men lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud. Don't that sound like a narcissist to you? I'm not going to read all of it, right? Covetous, boasters, proud. That falls under the lot of admiration. They want admiration. They want to feel important. And when you don't feed these people, they get very angry. They see that as a challenge because they're so warped. They're so warped in their perception. Or what? He's ignoring me. Does that mean that means he's challenging me? That's how they, bro. I know how these people think. Why do I know? Because I grew up around narcissism fully, so I can identify these signs, man. So their whole thing is about admiration. That's why I say don't engage with them, right? Don't do none of that, right? Okay. They're really insecure, and that's not our problem, man. And that's why they love to project. Oh, that's another thing. They need admiration constantly, constantly. That's why they're always on the phone. Have you noticed that? Bro, these people can't be alone for too long. If they're alone for too long, they self-destruct. It's facts. Facts. If they're alone, narcissists can't be alone by themselves for too long. They need a constant, they need to constantly be doing something. Sometimes nothing's wrong with sitting down and reading a book, you know. They need back because they can't live with themselves. Why? Because they continue doing evil. Or they constantly need to be on the phone to someone. Come on, bro. Bro, I know narcissism inside out. Right? Go to Romans. So we're going to go to Romans now. And I think we should start at, hold on just a minute. We can go to Romans 1 and 28. And even as they did not like to retain God's, this is why this happened. Because they didn't want to retain the truth. In their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind. So these are basically reprobates. Reprobate means void of judgment, void of wisdom. Reprobate is a reject. So it's not that they can't be forgiven, but they deny God. They're not retaining him. So they're reprobates there. And you see it by their actions. A reprobate is someone that's rejected. A reprobate is someone that's void of knowledge. You ask them, well, why do you do that? I don't know. Why? Because you're a reprobate. They don't think. The first thought, the first demonic thought that goes into their head, guess what they do? They act on it. Because they're reprobates. To do those things which are not convenient. To monitor someone in their home, that's not convenient. Where's the convenience? Right? Where's the convenience in doing that? I'm asking you, where's the convenience of doing that? To get someone's attention, right? Instead of working upon yourself. That's not convenient. Where's the convenience in it? Because it's not convenient to do that. If you're watching someone else, worried about what someone else is doing, that means you're not working upon yourself. That means you're not progressing. That means you're staying the same. Oh yeah, and another thing, narcissists want to keep you. You know how they are? They're unproductive. So they want to keep you unproductive. These are spirits, man. Being filled, 1 verse 29, being filled with all unrighteousness. So they're unrighteous, obviously. Fornication, they just do anything. Wickedness, whew, you listening? Wickedness, covetousness. Yeah, they looking on certain things you have and they want it. I mean, we don't even have much in terms of physical, but this is what they do. Maliciousness. Oh, this is what this is. Remember, malicious. Remember I said malignant narcissist. What does malignant mean? Malignant means someone who seeks to do harm. Now, when you start noticing this, I'm not going to say panic, but this is when you really need to have them spiritual antennas up. Yes, these people will secretly, covertly try to harm you. Bro, this is real. Malicious. Type in the word malicious. Malicious means ill will. Malicious means someone who seeks to do harm to somebody else secretly. Because in their eyes, well, maybe if we can harm someone, nobody else will know. As long as nobody else finds out. This is how these people think. Not even borderline, psychopaths, not border, psychopaths. They love pain. They love pain. They love seeing someone sad. They love seeing someone down. But you don't need to worry because you know the Lord's in control. Full of envy. These people are full of envy, man. How you envy someone you don't know? The only way you can envy someone if you're watching them. You can't envy someone if you don't know nothing about them. So this is how you know people secretly watch us as well behind closed doors, man. But that's okay. Because watch God, the Heavenly Father, Yahushua, watch what he's going to do. Murder. Some people even say, yeah, murder. Because they're fucking demonic, man. That's a demon, man. Debate. All they do is debate. Go back and forth, spreading rumors, man. Deceit. So they're full of deceit. Malignity. There's that word again, malignity, man. Right? Yeah, let's see if we can try to harm him some way, form, or fashion. Whisperers. You get on the phone like a fucking worse than a woman, man. Not even women are like that, bro. They be on the phone gossiping about, yeah, but he's like this and he does this and he doesn't do this and bro, it's none of your fucking business, bro. Come on, you're supposed to be a grown-ass man. Why are you worried about what somebody else is doing? I'm not committing crime. I'm not outside the Betty's for 2 hours. I'm not outside the Betty's. There's not as wrong with going to the Betty's, by the way. But I'm not outside the Betty's. I'm not drinking Guinness in the morning. I'm not doing that. So what's the problem? That's why I say, this is what these people would do. This is what they do. Oh, but he doesn't do this. And he was, bro, what do you want? Bro, what the fuck? What's going on? That's when it gets slightly dangerous. They falsely accuse, and we know Revelation 12 and 12. The devil accuses. He's the accuser of thy brethren. Bro, I'm not a lazy person now. Back in the days, when I was smoking a lot of weed, yeah, I used to be late. I'm not a lazy person. People can see that. The work speak, my actions speak for itself. So this is what these people would do. They get on the phone, but the bad thing about it, you don't even, if you don't know them, then why are they doing that? Yeah, but he's still useless. He's still useless, and bro, it's none of your business what I do, man. And when you do things like that, you give yourself away. And how would you know that we're useless anyway? Unless you're secretly watching us. Yeah, a lot of these people, listen, bro, you could be living amongst people that have monitoring spirits. They may have monitoring devices. You have to be very, very careful who you're amongst, man. Like I said, where I am right now, the area, yeah, the area's nice, bro. You got a river, you got all that stuff. But it's the people. I never say, oh, I hate this area. No. You can't hate an area because the area it's an area. It's people, man, that are wicked, and you always have a bad bunch. You always have a bad bunch. You always have a good bunch. That's why you got to protect your spirit out here, man. It's demonic in nature. Narcissism is demonic. I hope this is helping someone. Narcissism is demonic in nature. These are people that they haven't healed. These are unhealed people with a lot of trauma. Right? A lot of trauma. Right? You ain't gonna blame me, bro. I mind my own business. I keep myself to myself. People know what I do. They know what I do. I conduct myself in the best type of manner as possible. Right? I'm even respectful. Even to people that are disrespectful, I'm still respectful. And that's how I conduct myself. So really, there's nothing nobody can say concerning what we're doing. Right? And if there is a problem, you know where I am. Come see me. You know what I'm saying? Come see me, man. Don't do that bitch stuff. You go behind someone's back. Backbiters, speaking backbiters, complaining all the time, haters of God because they hate God, man. That's what it comes down to. Why are you saying, oh, bro, we don't care? I've heard people say that we don't, bro. If you don't care, why are you monitoring someone if you don't care? Why are you watching someone? Why are you gossiping about someone if you don't care? You obviously do care. Despiteful, very, very despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things. So they come up with evil inventions, man. Some people I just don't trust. And that ain't no paranoia, bro. You have to keep your wits about you as well. Because they do watch you, man. They watch your movements, they watch where you go. And they do this to try to, it's a form of control. These people want control. But if you have true power, you don't need that. And so, like, yeah, my hands are yellow because of the chalk thing. I don't have dirty hands, by the way. But these people want control. But that comes naturally. And why would you try to control someone anyway? You can't even control yourself. You may be living amongst people, they can't even clean up. You can't even clean up your room. You can't even clean up the kitchen. But you want to control someone else. Bro, how does that make sense? Fix yourself first. Without understand, hold on just a minute. Inventors of evil, so they come up with evil inventions, man. This disobedient to parents. So a lot of this comes from childhood. Sometimes it can be, it was passed down. I do notice a lot of narcissism is passed down, but you have to break that, man. Right? Without, and that's all they know. Like I said, I done a lesson yesterday. Abuse. That's all they know. Abuse. Abuse people. Abuse other people. Most of them. Without understanding, covenant breakers. Without natural effect, they don't have true love. A narcissist can't show you love. Why? Because they don't love themselves, man. How can you expect for someone to love you if they don't love themselves? If they don't look after themselves? Implacable, unmerciful. So don't expect, bro. Don't even listen. My whole thing is, don't bother engage. There's no point. You're wasting your time. Don't call these people out. Wasting your time. Because guess what they do? Huh? Huh? Me? But I don't know what you're talking about. Don't wait, bro. Don't waste your time. There's no point. There's no point. Don't waste your time. They do something called, what's it called? What's it called? Oh, there's a name for it, Baba Kasha. The shit. I forgot the name now. But everything they do, they're in denial. So they do evil stuff, then they will deny it. That's why the Lord Jehovah is gonna have to destroy them. Right? Who knowing the judgment of God? See, they know the judgment of God. They which do commit such things are worthy of death. So the only one that's gonna die is you, because you're wicked and you're not repenting. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So these people have pleasure in evil stuff. Right? So, by Lord willing, this has been edifying, man. I'm just trying to help you out because I know a lot of people in the world, they're dealing with this spirit. Mm. A lot of people, and my advice to you, stay close to Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. The name of the Father is Yahweh. His Son's name is Yahweh Shai. Stay close to him. All right? Don't step outside of that. You see these things, stay calm. Don't react. All right? Don't do that. Ephesians 43 and 18. He seeketh out the deep and the heart of, considereth the crafty, or who? Yahweh Shai. So he seeketh out the deep, everything that's in secret, and the heart of the. You hear my stomach? Then it just went. Brrr. They also try to do that as well, which this is another thing as well. Might have to get an inspector. We can do that as well. You can get a. You can know you can hire a private investigator, inspector to even check these people's rooms to see if they got any monitoring. That you can do that if it's concerning yourself, protecting yourself, right? If you think someone's trying to harm you secretly, you have every right to do what you have to do to protect yourself. He seeketh at the deep and the heart and considereth the crafty devices. So I've told you, well, we don't want to be paranoid because we can't make outlandish claims. You don't know if people have devices. You don't know if they have devices. You don't know unless you have proof. But the Lord knows. The Lord knows. And consider if there's crafty devices, for the Lord knoweth all that may be known. He knows everything. Don't he, bro? He knows your inner thoughts. He knows your inner thoughts, your deepest intent, what you're thinking, even before you think it. And he behold the signs of the world. He declared the things that are past and think things to come, for to come, and he revealed the steps of hidden things. So there's nothing hidden that shall not come to light. So whatever evil that you think you're doing in darkness, that's going to come to light, and other people are going to see it as well. Right? No thought escapeth him, neither any word is hidden from him. So you may even, because you never know. When you go out, you may have people that get together and plan something. Yeah, we're going to do this. Let's try this tactic, or let's try that. You should have seen, like I said, you should have seen yesterday. They tried some silent thing, the silent treatment, but that doesn't work with us because we were able to see that. Right? Now, we're not the problem. We're finding out you're the problem. And other people, the neighbors, some of the neighbors are going to be able to see, now I see what the problem is. Now I see what they're doing. These people attack people and they hide their hands. This is what they do. Baba Kashar, if someone's minding their business, they're not messing with anyone, they're not a problem. Because they're not messing with anyone. They're minding their own business. And no thought escapeth him, neither the word is hidden from him. So the Lord sees, basically he sees everything. Everything. I want to go to John as well. Excuse me. Go to John 3. So we got John 3 and 6. Did you hear that? I just heard that. Still useless. See, demonic possession. Yeah, they do that shit, bro. So you may even be living amongst people. They run their mouths, man. Yeah, I just heard that. Still useless. Demons, man. But don't feed into that because you're supposed to know who you are. So you could even be living somewhere and it's the same thing that happens. Demonic possession. All right? Well, hold on. We're still useless, bruv. But you're concerned about what we're doing. So why would you watch someone that's useless? Fucking idiot. John 3:16. Bear with me a minute. Let's go to it, Baba Kashar. Now don't react. Just John 3:19. And this is the condemnation that light is coming to the world, you have a shy, and men love darkness rather than light. So the truth of the matter is they love darkness. They don't want to, they don't want to repent because their deeds were evil. It's their deeds and they're trying to project that onto us. For everyone that do it for evil, hate it for light. So obviously if you're preoccupied on evil, you're going to hate the light. So they also sense your light as well. They sense it. Right? Neither cometh to the light lest his deed should be reproved. So they hate the light, and neither cometh to the light lest his deed should be reproved. There you go. This is why some of us can't have too much people. You can be around people, but not for too long. But not for too long, depending on what people you're around. Why? Because you have a light and it shines light on their darkness. You could be silent. You could be amongst people and their demons get irritated. What? Because they haven't worked on themselves, man. I was like that before coming into this truth. You feel condemned. They feel like you're judging them without saying anything. They feel like you're judging them. When you're not. When you're not. But that's how they feel. That's what the light does. Right? If it is the light gets switched on, they're like, turn it off. Turn off the light. Like a bunch of cockroaches. They start scattering. I've even seen it where I'm living. I've seen people, gang stalkers, where they get moved in, right? They get moved in, and they talk shit. Then they run downstairs. They run downstairs, and they shut the door because it's the light. It's the light that's exposing these people, man. It's nothing to do with us. It's nothing to do with us. It's their own demons they're fighting. For everyone that doeth evil, hateth the light, neither cometh to light, lest his deeds should be reproved. So, the only way you're going to come to this light is if you're reproved. But can you be reproved? The scripture says in Proverbs, a sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his own will. Oh, but the reason I done it because you said this and you done that. Now stop with that rubbish, man. Look what you made me do. That's what the narcissist. That's the quote from the narcissist. You're the problem. See, bro. They have a playbook. The narcissist has a playbook. They have a script. And I think you piss them off when you don't play. See, sometimes you have the car. You have the cars as well. They like to do that. They like to rev up the engines to get your attention. All demonic possession, man. We ain't even paying attention to that nonsense, man. Right? But he that doeth truth cometh to light, that his deeds should be made manifest, that they are wrought in God. So all you need to do is be willing to get reproved. Correction. What's wrong with that? Yeah, you were wrong. Yeah. Just admit you were wrong. You messed up. You made a wrong judgment. But they don't do that. They don't do that. This is why these people are highly paranoid. They're always looking over their shoulder because they have a different face for different people they meet. And they do it well. Why? Because they've mastered the arts of manipulation. So they have a different face. When they speak to different people, they have an alter ego, which is pride. We're going to shut off soon, because speaking of pride, I think we shut off on this. Proverbs 6. Yeah, bro, you should have seen how they were going on yesterday. Yeah, you could. I'm not going to hire no private investigator. But if you really want to know, the best way to shut down gang stalking, you can hire a private investigator. You can hire them. And the private investigator, he's able to see who's doing what. And that's the best way to shut so-called gang stalking down. Let's go to Proverbs. But I'm not going to do that because I have faith. Let's go to Proverbs 6. And 12, a naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. A froward mouth is someone that talks lies. He winketh with his eyes. I noticed that as well. I noticed that this is these people, they do a lot of coding. They do a lot of code. They do a lot of coughing. They do they might let the dogs out. Remember, they signal to each other. They might let the dogs out to notify someone that you're here. They do a lot of underhanded, deceitful stuff. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers. Right? Frowardness is in his heart, his mind. He deviseth mischief continually. And he soweth discord. That's what they do. They sow discord amongst people, man. They try to put people against each other. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. So it's going to come. Okay. It's going to come. These 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yes, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look. You notice how that was the first one. A proud look. A lying tongue. Yeah, getting on the phone. Yeah, he's this, he's that. He don't do this though. But you see what I mean though? Yeah, bro, that's a lying tongue. That's a lying tongue. So you got people, like I said, you got people on the phone trying to get you in trouble with someone else. Like they own you. Bro, you don't own me, man. All up on the phone. Yeah, he's eating flapjacks. And he done 10 push-ups. But that wasn't enough. He should have done 50. Yeah, he's on the Xbox. He's watching videos for about 2 hours, 3 hours. He just went to the store. He came back. Yeah, bro, what's that about? Bro, you got demons on you, man. I'm not being horrible, but you got to know when you got spirits on you. And the hands that shouldn't. And this ain't to be harsh, but you have to know when you got spirits on you. And hence that shed innocent bloods. So these people, depending, yeah, some of these people have shed innocent bloods, man. And that's what you want to avoid. And heart that devises with wicked imagination. So I told you about the triangulation, right? The triangulation, that's a wicked imagination. Yeah, we're going to have someone on the back of him. We're going to have someone on the left of him. And we all know each other. And when I first moved here, I was told, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but certain people, they complain about you to other people. So if you're coming to me complaining to me about other people, do you expect me to trust you? I'm not going to trust you. If you come into me, yeah, this guy, yeah, he's this, he's that. And bro, well, if you're doing that, who's to say you won't do that with me? You see what I'm saying? And it says, Baba Kishra, check this out. And he that devises wicked imaginations, feet that be swift into run into mischief. Are you fast to run to mischief? A false witness that speaketh lies. I've told you about that already. Yeah, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do this. You know? Bro, don't worry about what I'm doing. And he that soweth discord among brethren. So just try to stay away from all that stuff. Alright? You need to go out, and someone's given me advice. You notice on my street teachings, have you noticed I'm not on the street as much now? Because sometimes you want to just, it's not about fear. Sometimes you want to withhold yourself. And sometimes when I do a lesson, I might just go to the park or the wilderness, because you're protecting your energy, man, from these demonic people with evil intentions, man. Right? And someone's told me that, man. Sometimes you don't always need to be on the street. Sometimes you just go into a little spot, a secluded spot where you can teach. But even when you do that, the demons will still be there. So a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that's told discord among brethren. So I stay away from that spirit, and I really hope this is edifying, man. Really, really, really hope this is edifying. And this is how the malignant, covert narcissist gets down. Right? They don't play by the rules. They're very crafty. They're very cunning. But my whole thing is, if you're in the words, you're fine. You resist the devil. Go to James. Scriptures told us how to deal with these type of entities, because it's an entity. Belly's rumbling to us. Yeah, they also try to make your belly rumble. Yeah, they do that with static and electricity. Be very careful of these people, man. Very careful. Hold on just a minute. Got James 4. We shut off on this. Submit yourselves, therefore, to the Heavenly Father. Resist red devil. Resist. So resist, sometimes it's a pushback. Sometimes resistance is just ignoring. But really, resist is a pushback through the word. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. So stop giving in to what he's doing. And you can only do that if you're submitting yourself to the Heavenly Father, Yahushua. So submit, resist the devil. So don't worry about noise campaigns, talking, directed conversation. Don't worry about that. Resist that. Stay in the word. Resist it, and he will flee from you. He have to run away. You have to find another another target, because that's what they do. They're like spiritual whores. They jump from person to person to person looking for supply. The narcissist needs supply because they can't emotionally regulate. They can't regulate their emotions. They need somebody else to regulate their emotions. So the devil will flee when you're obedient to him. I'm going to shut off here. And I hope this was edifying. And until the next time, shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.